Welcome. Today we're diving into the world of Python programming. If you've ever wondered how apps, websites, or even smart gadgets work, Python is often behind the scenes. It's a beginner-friendly language known for its simplicity and versatility. Whether you're interested in web development, data science, or automating daily tasks, Python is a great place to start. Let's explore why so many people love Python and how you can use it to bring your ideas to life. Ready to begin your coding journey? Let's get started. Python is a programming language, but what does that mean? Think of it as a special language that lets you talk to computers and tell them what to do. Python stands out because its code looks almost like regular English, making it easy to read and write. It's used by beginners and professionals alike, powering everything from simple scripts to complex websites and scientific research. Its popularity comes from being both powerful and approachable, which is why it's often recommended as the first language to learn. Might wonder, why do so many people choose Python? One big reason is its simplicity. Python's syntax is clean and straightforward, so you can focus on solving problems rather than memorizing complex rules. It's also incredibly versatile, used in web development, data science, artificial intelligence, automation, and more. Plus, there's a huge community of learners and experts ready to help. With so many resources and libraries available, Python makes it easy to turn your ideas into reality. Python is everywhere. It's used to build websites, analyze data, create games, and even control robots. Major companies like Google, Instagram, and Netflix rely on Python for various tasks. In data science, Python helps process and visualize huge amounts of information. In web development, it powers dynamic websites. And for automation, Python scripts can save you hours by handling repetitive tasks. No matter your interest, Python has a place for you. Start with variables. Imagine variables as labeled boxes where you can store information. In Python, you can create a variable by simply giving it a name and assigning it a value. For example, writing name equals Alice stores the word Alice in a box called name. Variables help you keep track of data and use it throughout your program. They're the building blocks of any code you write. Every variable in Python has a data type. Data types tell Python what kind of information you're working with. The most common types are numbers like 5 or 3.14, text called strings like hello, and booleans true or false. Knowing data types helps Python understand how to handle your data. For example, you can add numbers together, but you can't add a number to a word without converting it first. Now let's talk about input and output. Input is how your program gets information from the user, and output is how it shows results. In Python, you use the input function to ask the user for something like their name. To display information, you use the print function. For example, print hello world shows a message on the screen. This is how your code interacts with people. See input and output in action. Imagine you want your program to greet someone by name. You can write name equals input, what's your name, and then print hello plus name plus. When you run this code, Python asks for your name and then greets you personally. This simple example shows how easy it is to make interactive programs with Python. Conditional statements let your program make decisions. In Python, you use if and else to check if something is true or false. For example, if age equals 18, print you can vote, else print sorry, you're too young. This code checks a person's age and prints a different message depending on the result. Conditionals help your program respond to different situations. Think of conditionals like a fork in the road. Your program asks a question. If the answer is yes, it goes one way. If no, it goes another. This is how you create smart, flexible programs that can handle different inputs and scenarios. You can even add more options with elif, which stands for else if. This makes your code even more powerful and adaptable. Loops let your program repeat actions without writing the same code over and over. In Python, there are two main types, for loops and while loops. For loops are great when you know how many times you want to repeat something. While loops keep going as long as a condition is true. Loops are like a washing machine cycle. They keep running until the job is done. A for loop lets you repeat an action for each item in a list or a range of numbers. For example, for I in range 5, print I will print numbers 0 to 4. This is super useful for tasks like printing all items in a shopping list or counting down days. For loops help you work with collections of data efficiently. All loops keep running as long as a condition is true. For example, while not done, print working will keep printing until done becomes true. This is handy when you don't know exactly how many times you need to repeat something, like waiting for user input or checking for a certain condition. Just remember to update your condition or the loop could run forever. Functions are like mini programs within your program. They let you group code that does a specific job and use it whenever you need. In Python, you define a function with def, give it a name, and write what it should do. For example, def greet print hello. Now, whenever you call greet, it prints hello. Functions help keep your code organized and reusable. See a function in action. Suppose you want to greet several people. Instead of writing print hello Alice and print hello Bob over and over, you can write a function def greet name print hello plus name plus. Now you can call greet Alice or greet Bob as many times as you want. Functions save time and make your code cleaner. Lists are like containers that hold multiple pieces of information. In Python, you create a list with square brackets. Shopping list equals eggs, milk, bread. You can add, remove, or change items in a list. Lists are perfect for keeping track of things like tasks, names, or numbers. They make it easy to organize and manage data in your programs. You can do a lot with lists: access items by their position, add new items with append, or remove them with remove. For example, shopping list, append butter, adds butter to your list. Lists are flexible and powerful, letting you handle all kinds of data in your programs. Practice using lists to get comfortable with managing collections of information. Dictionaries are another way to store data, but instead of just a list of items, they use key-value pairs. Think of a dictionary as a real-life dictionary. You look up a word, the key, to get its meaning, the value. In Python, you create a dictionary with curly braces. Person equals name, Alice, age 25. Dictionaries are great for storing related information together. Dictionaries, you can quickly find or update information using keys. For example, person name gives you Alice. You can add new key-value pairs or change existing ones easily. Dictionaries are especially useful when you need to organize data with labels, like storing a person's details or product information. Try creating your own dictionary to see how it works. Let's put it all together with a simple example. Imagine you're building a contact list. You can use a list to store names and a dictionary to store each person's details. You can write functions to add new contacts, search for names, and print out information. By combining variables, lists, dictionaries, and functions, you can create useful programs that solve real problems. Great job! You've learned the basics of Python: variables, data types, input and output, conditionals, loops, functions, lists, and dictionaries. These are the building blocks for creating amazing programs. Remember, the best way to learn is by practicing. Try writing your own small programs and experiment with what you've learned. With Python, you're just getting started on an exciting journey. Keep exploring and have fun coding.